The IRS don't care that you didn't plan for them. They still gonna come for you regardless. So stop waiting until March through April 15th to start asking your CPA about taxes. It's too late at that point. Let me ask you something, and I need you to be honest with yourself right now. Not with me, yourself. How well do you actually know your numbers? Like really know them. Not just the revenue number. Everybody knows that one. I mean the numbers that actually tell you whether your business is healthy or not. Here's why I'm asking. I had a pretty big unexpected medical scare last year, so I've been placing a premium on my health lately. Like I've had doctor's appointments, I've had blood, pressure checks daily, I've had glucose and sugar measurements, I've had A1C numbers, all these different metrics that the experts are telling me that are like really crucial for me to be healthy. And they also give me signs to say if I need to change or adjust how I live, as well, right? But then it hit me. If these vital signs, these numbers, if all this stuff is supposed to keep me alive, then how do we as business owners know if our businesses are alive? Or are they on the way to the grave? Here is what I've noticed after working with hundreds of business owners, is that most of them can tell you exactly how much money came in. But if you ask them what it cost them to make that money, they silent. If you ask them how much they can actually pay themselves, they hesitate and they stutter. If you ask them what they owe in taxes right now, and they start talking about like how they last tax guy or they last tax lady didn't fill out the boxes, right? Like the boxes was like it was the box's fault. If you ask them how they handle what's left over, what they typically do is they typically look at you like you're talking in tongues. But check this out. That silence, that hesitation, that blank stare is literally costing them everything. Because in business, what you don't know about your money is more dangerous than what you do know. So stick around because over the next few minutes, I'm going to give you 5 questions and I need you to answer them honestly because your numbers are going to tell you exactly why your business ain't paying you the way it should. Now, before we get into this, I need you to change your mindset when it comes to business and money. Now, a lot of us grew up in homes where we were told that money was not to be discussed in public. However, I need you to understand something. Just like your health, if you are operating a business as your livelihood, then money is the pulse and the heartbeat that you need to survive. Yes, money is a tool. And just like tools, I have never seen a builder show up to a job site without his tool set. And since money is just important to us like tools are to a builder, these questions, we have to know the answers to them every single month. If you can't answer these questions right now, that ain't a reflection of how smart you are. It ain't even a reflection of how hard you work. And it definitely ain't a reflection of how much you care about your business. It literally just means that nobody ever sat you down and showed you what you actually need to know. You see, most of us just learn how to make money. We learn how to hustle. We learn how to get customers. We learn how to deliver. But ain't nobody pulled us to the side and says, hey, bro, once that money comes in, here's exactly what you need to know about it. And that missing conversation is the reason that so many brilliant business owners are working themselves to death. And yet they still wonder why it ain't enough. Like I've seen it at every level. The owner doing $5K a month who thinks they just need more customers. The owner doing $50,000 a month who thinks they just need to add more products and services. And then you got the owner who doing $500,000 a month who thinks they just need to go out and buy some more businesses to just add more revenue streams. But watch this. 9 times out of 10, more money ain't the answer. Knowing your numbers is. And today, I'm going to give you these 5 questions that are going to show you exactly where your knowledge gap is and exactly what it's costing you. My name is Coach Mack, and I use a 5-step system to show you how to build a business that pays you consistently. And inside that system, there are 5 questions that every single business owner needs to be able to answer. Not once a year, not at tax time, but every single month. Now, here is how this is going to work. I am going to ask you each question, and I want you to answer it honestly in your head. And then I am going to tell you what not knowing that answer is actually costing you in your business. This is your financial assessment. And your score at the end is going to tell you exactly where you stand. You ready? Let's go. Now, question 1. How much did I make? Now, before you answer too fast, I need you to be specific. Not approximately, not around, not somewhere between this and that. I need that exact answer. How much came into your business last month? And I need you to be down to the dollars and the cents. Now, here is why this matters. Every financial decision you make, it starts with this number. Your expenses, your pay, your taxes, your growth plans. All of that stuff starts right here. And if that number is a guess, then guess what? Everything built after that is a guess too. And you can't build a stable business on a foundation of guesses. Question number 2, how much did it cost me? Not just your overhead, not just your rent and utilities. I mean everything. Your direct costs. This is the money that you spent specifically to deliver what you sold. Your overhead, the fixed cost of keeping your doors open. And this other item, one that is often ignored, your controlled spending, the intentional decisions about where the rest of your money went. This is where most business owners go silent, like AWOL silent, because they know what came in, but they have no idea what went out and why. And that gap between what came in and what you actually spent, that is where money disappears every single month. And if you can't answer those questions clearly, you are literally spending money you don't actually have. And if you're listening to me at this moment, that is how profitable businesses go broke. Question 3, how much can I pay myself? Not how much do you want to pay yourself, not even how much do you need to pay yourself. How much can you pay yourself? And I'm putting a strict emphasis on the word can here. There are some business owners out here who run their business in their life from one account, and they tend to help themselves to money on demand. And the way they do it is they run to the ATM every chance they get. And what they don't realize is this: when you keep your personal and business finances separate, you're literally building a discipline that would allow you to build wealth while you're supporting a lifestyle. So when I ask you about how much can you pay yourself, I'm asking this question based on what's actually left after questions 1 and 2 are answered. Now, for those who try to do everything right, this is the question that skipped all the way entirely, right? And then they wonder why, after serving all their customers, after paying all their bills, after handling everything and everybody else, there's nothing left for them. Listen, your business is designed to serve others, but it is you that built it. So it is your right. It is your privilege. It is your God-given duty to get paid. Don't forget that. But listen, that pay has to be based on reality, not hope. Not on what you made last month, not on what you're projecting for the next month. It's based on what you are actually have available right now. Question 4, how much do I owe in taxes? I want you to think about this one carefully. Not what you paid last April, not what your CPA estimated last year, right now, this month. And it needs to be based on what your business has made so far this year. How much do you owe the IRS for this upcoming year? The one that ends this December? Because here's the truth. The IRS don't care that you didn't plan for them. They still gonna come for you regardless. And if you can't answer this question every single month, April's gonna continue to be the most stressful month of your year, right? Every single year. You gotta know this stuff. So stop waiting until March through April 15th to start asking your CPA about taxes. It's too late at that point. You had all year to make the money. Ask about it then. Set it aside before you spend it, every time, without exception. Because the business owners who plan for taxes in advance are the ones who sleep well. Because all that stuff was handled before the year ended. Now, question number 5. What do I do with the rest? This is where strategy lives. Once you've answered questions 1 through 4, once you know what came in, what it costs you, what you can pay yourself, and what you owe in taxes, what's left over, this is your opportunity. You can either reinvest it, you can build a reserve, you can plan for growth, you can multiply it. But here's the thing. You can't make a smart decision about money you don't know you have. And that's exactly why question 5 only works when you have answered questions 1 through 4 first. Now, listen, you skip any of the first 4 questions and question 5 becomes a guess. And we've already talked about what happens when you build on guesses. Now, here's your score. If you can answer all 5 questions clearly and with confidence, then you are ahead of 90% of all business owners in America. Keep going because you're building something real. If you can only answer 3 or 4 of these questions, you're closer than you think. But there are some gaps in your foundation, and they may show up as problems later. But now, this is the time to fill those things. So go ahead and get to it. If you can only answer 2 or less, I need you to hear me right now. Not tomorrow, right now. Your business ain't struggling because you ain't working hard. It's struggling because you out here flying blind. And if you flying blind in your business, it's just a matter of time before you crash into something. Now, imagine sitting down on the 1st of every month and being able to answer all 5 of those questions. And you're able to do it without hesitation, and you're able to do it without guessing, without even having a pit in your stomach wondering if those numbers are going to even be okay. You're doing it with clarity, and you're doing it with total confidence. Because here's what happens when you know your numbers. You stop making decisions based on what came in, and you start making decisions based on what is actually there. You stop avoiding your books because the books finally make sense. You stop paying everybody else first and hoping that something is left for you, because now you built your pay directly into the system. And April is just another month now. There's no panic. There's no shame. There's no scrambling to find money that you've already spent 6 months ago. And even if a problem shows up, you have 5, maybe 6 figures put away in an account that you can easily handle it. And the things that you used to call a crisis is now just a nuisance because you got the funds to handle these things quickly now. Now, you're just a business running exactly the way that it was supposed to run all along. And the 5 questions don't just tell you where your money went. They tell you where it's going. And when you go from looking backwards to looking forward, everything changes. So here is what I need you to do before you close this video. I need you to go get a piece of paper or open up a note in your phone and write down all 5 questions. How much did I make? How much did it cost me? How much can I pay myself? How much should I owe in taxes? And what to do with the rest. Now, go answer those for last month, last week. Answer them for right now. Even if the numbers are uncomfortable. As a matter of fact, especially if the numbers are uncomfortable. Because the thing is this, and I need you to pay attention to me right now. Because clarity, even painful clarity, is always better than confusion. And if you want the complete system that shows you exactly how to work through all 5 questions month after month, and you want to build the kind of business that actually pays you consistently, everything's inside my book, Built to Pay You, because you ain't worked this hard to stay broke. The link's in the description. Go ahead and get a copy. Now, before you go, I want you to do 3 things right now to show commitment to yourself. First, I need you to like and share this video because somebody in your circle would fail this assessment. And my thing is this, what kind of friend would you be if you would let them just continue to fail? So they need to see this. Next, I need you to subscribe to this channel so you never miss the content that can change how your business pays you. And then last, get a copy of the book. Even if it ain't for you, sow a seed into somebody else that may need it. Click on the link in the description and let us get you started. Because remember, your business is designed to serve others, but it is built to pay you. And if your business is not paying you, I encourage you and I highly expect to hear from you soon. Until next time, this is Coach Max signing off.